4 things we learned during our COVID quarantine. Our family is just coming out of 3 weeks of quarantine having to deal with COVID-19. And upon reflection of the last 3 weeks, I have come to learn and name 4 things. I'm sure there are more things that I can pick and pull from that time together as a family stuck in our 4 walls of our home, but these are the 4 things that I can name right now. The first one, it's not the small things occasionally, it's doing the small things repeatedly. Let me expand on this for a little bit because each and every one of us know what we need in order to be the best that we can be. Some people like to call this self-care. Some people like to call this soul care. However you define this, you know the things that make you a better human being, a better mom, a better wife. When things change and when things get turned upside down and on their head, we suddenly forget how to take care of ourselves and we start to fall back into maybe some poor patterns. So what I'm going to leave for you today is it's not doing the small things occasionally that make us feel better and that make us be the best that we can be. It's doing the small things repeatedly. And so when you peel open a banana and you have that for snack instead of the Doritos in your closet one day a week, that doesn't count for the whole week, sister. You have to do the small things like replacing healthy snacks from your poor snacks. You have to do those every single day. You have to do them repeatedly. If those are the things that make you feel better, that make you the best mom and the best wife that you can be, don't shortchange yourself and do them one day a week and think that you did it. No, it's doing the small things repeatedly, not just occasionally. The second thing that I learned over the last 3 weeks, and this was shoved gently and with all the love and tenderness, but forcefully onto me from a dear friend. It was fresh air is the best air. My friend, get outside. I know it's winter and I know it's cold, but even just poke your head out the front door for half a second and breathe in the fresh air that the good Lord is giving us. Your soul will thank you. And there's something to that inhaling fresh air, especially crisp winter air. Inhale, and as you exhale, release everything that you're holding too tightly to. Release it. God's got it anyways. He's just waiting for you to let go. Number 3, seeing God daily takes work. When we are stuck in our own 4 walls and we are with the same people day in and day out and the kids are driving us crazy and things are not normal, it's hard to see God at work. We think that we're just on a giant pause button in the story of our life, but things are still happening. God is still moving. You are still being pushed forward in your path that the Lord has chosen for you. And it takes work to open up your eyes to see where it is that He is among you throughout those days. And so I started a little practice over the last 3 weeks, and I printed out a piece of paper and I wrote down on it 7 times, one day for each week, and I said, today, God looked like blank. And I just wrote one sentence every day of what did God look like today? Where did I see Him? What were the small, still moments or the crazy, chaotic moments? Where was God today? But it took work. Some days it took a while for me to dig through and sift through all the frustrations to find where was God. And so when you're in these chaotic moments, open your eyes and realize that it might take work to find God in the moments, to find God throughout your family, to find God when really everything else feels broken and hopeless. But I promise He is still there and He is still working. Number 4, you can't wait for others to knock on your door, sister. When you are in this position and you are struggling and things feel hard, it's okay to ask for help. As women and as moms, we are notoriously awful at this. But you can't wait around and expect people to know your hurts and to know your pains. You have to break down those walls. Maybe just take a couple of bricks out and ask for help. Send a Voxer message, send a text message. Open up just a little bit and say, hey, can you pray for me today? I'm hurting. I'm not doing very well. Ask for somebody to pick up your grocery order. There are plenty of things that people want to be doing, but they don't know how unless you ask. So friend, I hope and I pray that you are having a magnificent Christmas season. But if you find yourself in the suck, if you find yourself quarantined, if you find yourself in fill in the blank, I want you to remember these 4 things. Number 1, it's not the small things occasionally, it's doing the small things repeatedly. Number 2, fresh air is the best air. Number 3, seeing God daily takes work, but don't be afraid of the work. And number 4, you can't wait for others to knock on your door. Reach out. Merry Christmas. Have an amazing new year.